Welcome to historic Gill Coliseum here in Corvallis, Oregon, where we will see Oklahoma State take on Oregon State in today's duel. I'm John Kozak. I'll be with you for all 10 matches. We have an incredible environment here where we'll see this duel go down. I want to highlight a matchup to watch right off the top at 197 pounds, where we'll see number 5, Trey Munoz, take on number 20, Luke Surber. Munoz is a 2-time All-American. He is a title contender this year at 197. And number 20, Luke Surber, don't let that ranking deceive you. He is legit. He can challenge Munoz here today. Another thing to watch out for are the fresh faces for Oklahoma State. Cam Amin, Dean Hamady, Wyatt Hendrickson, all multiple-time All-Americans transferring into Oklahoma State. They will be a huge impact both today and throughout the season for the Cowboys. Looking at all 10 matchups, we have ranked wrestlers throughout today's duel. Number 6, Spratley, taking on number 10, Renteria, right off the top at 125. It's going to be incredible. All coming up here on Flow Wrestling.
Got it. Cool.
So it is my pleasure to introduce to you the 8th head coach of the Oklahoma State Cowboy Wrestling Program, David Taylor.
David Taylor, head coach of Oklahoma State, the biggest news in the offseason, and there you see him. He's in the building, world gold, Olympic gold medalist, just 3 weeks off of winning world bronze at the World Championships. Now he's retired and head coach at Oklahoma State. And there you see Coach Chris Pendleton, head coach at Oregon State, building up this program here in Corvallis, doing an incredible job in his own right. And of course, he's familiar with Oklahoma State, his alma mater, where he is a legend, 2-time NCAA champion, 3-time All-American. But now he is at Oregon State looking to take out his alma mater here today. And we are underway at 125 pounds. We got Maximo Renteria, ranked number 10 in the country, taking on number 6, Troy Spratley out of Oklahoma State. Really interesting matchup here. Spratley, man, he is an NCAA title contender. He, last year incredible season, took out a number of All-Americans, and just finished 1 win shy of the podium last season. Max Renteria maybe flying a little bit under the radar. He was a backup last year to Brandon Kaler, but in that backup position, he beat eventual national champion Richard Figueroa. So, man, this is an interesting matchup for sure. Spratley looking to cement himself in that title contender position, but Renteria extremely confident, looking to put on a show. Both these guys really impressive from their feet. A lot of different attacks. Watch for the throw by, the go behind for Renteria. Spratley, left leg lead, likes to attack his opponent's left leg with a high crotch, and the right leg with that straight on single or the low single. This match, I have a feeling, is going to be decided on the feet. Both these guys dynamic wrestlers, and we see a little eye poke. Renteria getting himself right, and he'll go back to the center. So we're 90 seconds in here, no score just yet. Fans making some noise. They want to see some action as we're back underway in the hand fight in the middle of the mat here. Renteria clears out of those ties. Nice little right hand jab there for Renteria. Talked to him yesterday. Says after college he wants to go straight into fighting. Views himself as a combat athlete. Wants to make a name for himself here at Oregon State first. Really even hand fight so far. You don't see either wrestler taking ground. Haven't seen really any wrestler on a leg yet, and there, very nice duck throw by there. He hit that 2 weeks ago against Iowa's Joey Cruz for the deciding takedown, and he can hit that to either side. There you saw it to the left side. He can also go to the right side with that. Oh, went for the throw by, but Spratley timed it perfect. It was in on a shot, but great hips from Renteria. And he's able to get his legs back. We're on the edge of the mat here. Under 10 seconds to go now in the first period. A score at the end would be huge, but they're going to walk out of bounds. Oh, look at this. We have 1 point for Renteria. Illegal move. Coach Thomas Gilman in the corner. I think he's looking for an answer here. And we'll end the first period. Coach Taylor, he wants to talk about this. He wants to get an answer. Both hands locked around the head there. That's 1 point for Renteria. And man, we just saw 2 nights ago, Spratley gave up 2 penalty points, was down late against Utah Valley's Bridger Ricks. Needed to come back, and here we finds himself down again on that penalty point. So we're gonna get a short little break here for blood time, and just watching Renteria, you saw him at the end of the first period kind of doing that Muhammad Ali shuffle, and 2 weeks ago after he beat Cruz, he did the Conor McGregor walk. He really wants to entertain folks. He talked about how important it was for him to put on a show. Talked about how he really viewed that as his role. He wants to be an entertainer, wants to put butts in seats here. When they do show up like they have today, wants to put on a show for him. And, you know, he's 1 period down in the lead, but a long way to go here in the second period as Spratley has his choice first, and he chooses to go down. Renteria looking to put on a ride. Spratley builds himself up to his feet. Renteria able to bring him back down. Spratley builds back up and Granby's, but nice job, Renteria following, and another mat return. So riding time building here for Max Renteria. Over 30 seconds. If the match ends and either wrestler has 1 point or 1 minute of riding time, that is a point. And big mat return for Renteria. And he is getting close to building that 1 minute of riding time. Putting on a nice ride. And oh, good job by Spratley there. Hip ice out and is able to keep riding time just under a minute. So now match is tied up here 1-1. 50 seconds to go in this second period. Really evenly matched bout so far. Back in the middle of the mat here. We haven't seen Renteria, oh, as I was about to say that, I was going to say take a committed attack. He does, and Spratley is able to counter it, but look at this, scrambling here. They might want locked hands here. The brick is thrown. They're looking for locked hands, so Renteria, man, scrambled through that position, almost had his hips out, and Spratley came around the waist. I don't know if his hands were locked just yet. They're going to take a look at this challenge from Oregon State's corner. Big challenge here. Big challenge here for Oregon State. This really changes complexion of this match because it's 4-1 right now. Spratley in the lead and riding on top. If there is a locking hands call, that will be a point for Renteria. He'll go back down and have 16 seconds to escape. Either way, Renteria is going to be down once we get back to action here. And there you see the crowd showed up here in Corvallis. Really incredible environment. They got the beer garden going on to my left. They got the band on the opposite side. Environment here, and a really impressive environment that Coach Pendleton and company has built over the years, getting the support of the community. There you see the student band. Really adds some extra flavor to this dual meet environment. Brings some energy. And looks like we're going to get a decision here. 1 point, and so locking hands confirmed. Second penalty point. And this has got to feel like deja vu for Troy Spratley. Friday night also gave up 2 penalty points. And so if Renteria can escape in 16 seconds, he'll get another point, and he will have choice heading into the third period. So Spratley gets set on top. And Renteria threatening and is able to get out, looking for 2. And he'll have to settle just for 1. And big escape at the end of the period, and the crowd is feeling it here. Renteria's choice in the third. He's down 4-3. An escape will tie this match. Spratley seals off on the left side. Or excuse me, Renteria seals off. Nice hard sit by Renteria, and there it is. We're tied up. 4-4, a minute 40 to go in the third period. Top 10 matchup. This is what you want to see to start a duel like this. Renteria said he wanted to put on a show, and he has an opportunity here, but Spratley, you got to think has the advantage. We saw him convert on that leg attack. Renteria's got to be careful as he attacks. He doesn't put himself in a compromising position like he did in the second period when he got taken down. Spratley owning the middle of the mat a little bit here. Renteria breaks out of that tie and looks to work from space. There it is, left side single from Spratley. Renteria looked to counter that, but Spratley did a nice job turning back, staying square. We're at 30 seconds to go now in the third period. The fans are getting into it here. They know the meaning of this match, both for Renteria and for this duel. 15 to go now. Spratley shoots, Renteria defends, but we're gonna run out of time here. Tied at 4, we are going into overtime. 2 minutes will go on the clock for this sudden victory period. If either wrestler scores any points, the match is immediately over. 2 minutes in the neutral position. If it's still tied after this, then we'll go to a tiebreaker portion where each wrestler will get choice for 30 seconds. Amazing start to this duel. Really highly anticipated match here between Renteria and Spratley, and it's living up to the bill. Misdirect attempt there for Renteria, and that's maybe a shot he's got to be careful with. Goes for that throw by. That's where Spratley scored in the second. Spratley looks like he might be controlling that hand fight just a little more. And if you're Renteria, you might want to go to that tiebreaker. Straight on double, looking for go behind. Renteria almost gets it, but Spratley turns out. Incredible flurry. Another duck attempt. And now Spratley able to get the go behind and the takedown for 3. And that spoils the party there for Renteria. Great match from both wrestlers. Spratley gets the win 7-4. Wow, what a start to this duel. If you're Renteria, you know you're right there. And if you're Troy Spratley, man, you just got to clean up some of those penalty points. And it's not that close. Moving up to 133 now. Cal Hughes out of Oklahoma State taking on Damian Elliott, Oregon State. Cal Hughes, blue chip recruit in the class of 2023, I believe. But the question for Hughes really has been, can he maintain 133 throughout the season? Really big 133 pounder. Weight cut is a thing. You see him very offensive at the beginning of this match. Hughes over the summer, he won the U20 US Open at 61 kilograms, which is about 134 pounds. And then at World Team Trials, he missed weight. And Damian Elliott gets in on a single leg. Cal Hughes feeding him hips here. And now Hughes almost gets the re-attack. He comes up. Has that chin and arm, looking to force it over. But Elliott squares out. It's still 0-0. Minute 45 to go here in the first. As I said, Hughes missed weight at the World Team Trials at about 134 pounds. And so that was kind of the question looming coming into the season. Was he going to be able to maintain 133 and function at a high enough level to be Oklahoma State's starter? And man, hard shot there for Damian Elliott. Almost was able to blow through Hughes, but he's caught his footing and was able to defend. And now sucker drag for Hughes. Comes behind for three just like that. Cale Hughes strikes first for 3 points. Hughes coming off a title at the Michigan State Open last week. Riding tough on top. Damian Elliott, he's a guy, talked about the tough schedule to start. He wrestled Drake Ayala from Iowa just a couple weeks ago, and he said really feels like he's got nothing to lose. It's all about the journey, getting better, and he's tested here again against a really tough Cale Hughes, who looks to be passing the test so far of the weight cut. I saw him out here early on the mats, warming up, getting ready to go, and he seems ready to go through the first period. And for the second match in a row, we got some blood. Gonna get that blood cleaned up right under the eye of Cale Hughes. Oklahoma State also has a veteran at 133, Reese Whitcraft, two-time national qualifier. And so that'll be a storyline to monitor throughout the season for the Cowboys. Is Hughes or Whitcraft, who's going to separate themselves as that clear starter at 133 pounds? Yeah, you see under that left eye, that was off of that Damian Elliott shot where he almost blew right past him. You talk about head, hands, defense, that's what you mean. Sometimes defending means eating a shot with your face. So we're underway now in the second. Cale Hughes with choice. Elliott looking to put on a ride, has that claw lifting through the middle there, but Hughes fights and breaks away for another point. So Hughes in the lead, 4-0. Minute 20 to go in the second period here at 133 pounds. Damian Elliott, his first year starting for the Beavers. So you got to imagine he's going to improve as the season unfolds. And looking for a go behind there, almost caught Hughes on his face. But Hughes finds himself on a single and finishes quickly for another takedown for 3 more points to extend his lead, 7-0. Coach Pendleton talked about the importance of having a really challenging schedule to start, to show his team where they stand with the best in the country. And so for guys like Damian Elliott, really valuable experience he's getting here in his first 2 weeks of starting. And Elliott breaks away on the edge of the mat. 7-1 now. So you're seeing the fight out of Elliott, even though he's losing. Still working to score. Not looking to just concede because he's down. And Elliott will go in that down position to start the third period. Cal Hughes already minute 26 and climbing a riding time as he returns Elliott back to the mat. And so now if you're Coach Taylor and company over there, you probably want to see Hughes push for bonus. And if you're Cal Hughes, I mentioned you're in this roster battle, starting battle with Reese Whitcraft, getting bonus, building a lead. That's a way that you can differentiate yourself and earn that starting position. And so this final minute 20 will be really interesting to see how both wrestlers respond here. As Cal Hughes push for a major decision, which is 4 team points instead of just 3 for a regular decision. A major decision is an 8-point margin of victory, so all he needs is 1 takedown. But Damian Elliott, he finds himself in on a leg. He's flat on his belly now. Cal Hughes locked through the crotch. Hughes progressing through the position. That's going to make it harder for Hughes to score that head underneath the knee. Elliott might not finish from that position, but it's going to make it harder for Hughes to score. And now this better position for Elliott. 20 seconds to go here. And nice counter for Hughes. Hughes has that far ankle, but still nothing. 5 seconds to go. Hughes trying to finish, get the cradle on the edge. But Elliott defends long enough. A point's going to go on the board for Hughes for riding time, but it's going to stay at a regular decision. And Cal Hughes wins this one 8-3. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with you at 1:41. Welcome back, and we're getting ready for 141 pounds here, where we'll see number 12, Tegan Jamison, taking on Nash Singleton. Now you'll see Singleton not yet ranked, but I expect this to be a very close match. Jamison, All-American contender all year last year, rose all the way to number 6 in the country, finished outside of the top 8 at NCAAs, but he is an All-American contender, ranked number 12 in the country. Singleton wrestled at 149 last year, not his natural true weight class, now down at 141, and he is gonna bring it. This could be a very competitive match. Singleton likes to stay in that hand fight, likes to bring his opponent down to the mat in that front headlock. Jamison, really strong, got a very nice single leg. When he gets his hands locked around a leg, he finishes at a really high percentage. We see a little drop double there from Jamison. Singleton defends. Nash Singleton, he is Oregon raised, representing his home state here. I spoke with him yesterday, and he is a perfect example of what a coach wants in a wrestler. He talked about focusing on the match in front of him, not getting caught up with what happened yesterday, last week, 2 weeks ago, not getting distracted by what's coming a week or two from now, just taking it one day at a time. Keeps his head down, works hard, gets better every time out. Tegan Jamison was a highly coveted recruit out of high school. Initially committed and spent 2 years up in Minnesota before transferring to Oklahoma State. And so that's something you'll see, you know, we highlighted at the top. Oh, very nice post single from Jamison. He's got it up in the air. But better position now for Singleton for a moment, but drops his head a little bit, and Jamison almost had that cradle locked up, but he's gonna finish the single leg. Jamison strikes first. Stalemate called. Oregon State's corner wanted that count being down on the leg, but instead just a stalemate called. Singleton seals off on the left side and cuts away for the escape. So 3-1 now. Taking Jamison in the lead. Jamison was a wrestler where preseason speculation surrounding him whether or not he would wrestle 141 or 149. And he's back down to where he was so successful last year. Jamison had wins over All-Americans Cole Matthews, Brock Hardy. Wrestled a lot of highly ranked competition, rose all the way up to number 6 before having that slightly disappointing end of the season. And good little exchange there from both wrestlers on the edge. And that's gonna do it for the first period. Jamison in the lead off the one takedown, 3-1. And Oklahoma State in the lead 6-0 in our dual meet score. Decision 3 points, major decision 4, tech fall 5 points, and a pin is 6 points. So Jamison goes down to start the second. Big mat return for Singleton, but doesn't stop Jamison, works his way right back to his feet, and he'll cut away for the escape. 4-1 now. And so Singleton's going to have to crack the puzzle of opening up Tegan Jamison. Jamison really good in the hand fight, holds solid position, doesn't give his opponents his legs too often. Singleton is going to need to find a way to use his hand fight, fire off 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks together in order to find Jamison's legs. And another shot for Jamison, and he'll finish. Oh, almost gets the finish. Bringing him down. And Singleton doing a really good job defending, and there's big lift and mat return. So now it's 7-1. Jamison in the lead. And Singleton cuts away for an escape. And this is a point where really, where's it going to go? Is it going to go back to Jamison's way? Is he going to extend his lead, get that major decision, start building into bonus points? Or is Singleton going to be able to stop the bleeding and find a way to his own offense? Under 10 seconds to go now in the second period. And that'll do it. Tegan Jamison holds a 7-2 lead. Going into the third, it's Singleton's choice. He's going underneath. Riding time not a factor. Jamison holding just 9 seconds of riding time. It'll build here on top. Singleton gets to that sit-out position. Jamison does a really nice job not letting him get space, staying really tight and fighting those hands, pulling Singleton down, keeping him on the mat. And Singleton able to keep fighting and turns and cuts for the escape. So Jamison just 41 seconds of riding time, and now it's Singleton in on a single leg. This is a position he's got to finish. Oh, but Jamison does a great job. Counters, catches that ankle, and gets another takedown. So 10-3 now. Riding time is approaching that minute mark. If Jamison is able to keep Nash Singleton down, he will have a 10-3 lead, but then with the riding time point, it'll build to 11-3, and that's a major decision. So Jamison looks like he's committed to this ride here for the final 30-plus seconds of this match. And now the game, you know, for Singleton, unless something amazing happens, you're not going to get the win, but you fight for your team here. You fight for that escape. You fight for the one team point. 15 seconds to go. Singleton stands up to his feet, but big mat return there for Tegan Jamison. And that's going to do it. Jamison gets the extra point for riding time, 11-3. Major decision off of 3 takedowns. Impressive stuff there. Tegan Jamison, and he is your winner. And so now the team score goes to 10-0 with Oklahoma State in favor. We're moving up to 149 pounds. We will see Carter Young from Oklahoma State. And originally Victor Jacinto was going to take the mat, but it looks like Oregon State is sending out Aiden Garver. Aiden Garver, he is coming off a title performance in an open tournament last week. And so 149 looks like it's a position still up in the air for the Beavers, and this could be an opportunity for Garver against a really good Carter Young. And there you see some slick stuff from Young on his feet, gets the takedown, and now he's threatening with that tilt. Carter Young for Oklahoma State, two-time national qualifier. Hasn't been able to reach the podium yet. Unfortunately suffered an injury 2 years ago at the Big 12 tournament. And then spent last year in redshirt. So now he's back after starting 2 years at 141, up now at 149 pounds. And Carter Young, he's a guy, he's got some wins under his belt. Beat Seth Gross a few years ago in freestyle. Wins over All-Americans Clay Carlson, Jake Berglund. Being away from the mat for a year, maybe be a little underrated this year at 149 pounds, but he's looking to make a statement, insert himself into that contender position. Aiden Garver, a redshirt sophomore, his third year here at Oregon State, and nice left side single from Carter Young, and he's gonna finish pretty quickly, pretty easily there for another takedown. So 6-1, and 2 minutes into this bout, we're already looking at Carter Young looking for bonus. And Garver cuts away for another escape. Under 40 seconds to go now. Carter Young holding a 6-2 lead over Aiden Garver. And shot will go off the mat. The Oregon State fans yelling for stalling, but referee will just call action. We get a fresh start in the middle of the mat. I believe that's a warning maybe for the finger fight. "15 seconds to go now. Carter Young has a really nice arm drag to his single leg. Also, as we've seen already, a throw by. Some really smooth, slick stuff, Carter Young. And one of the things Coach David Taylor talked about, how he wants his team to compete, wants them to have fun, wants them to push for bonus points, stay on their offense. And that's what we've seen so far in this duel and from Carter Young here early. And now Young almost able to get that tilt, but he loses the left wrist of Garver. But he's still doing a good job keeping that forward pressure, preventing Garver from building his hips. Carter Young riding tough on top, being really active, threatening that tilt. And ooh, Garver almost gets the escape on the edge, but they go out of bounds. Coach Josh Roden really wanted that for his athlete. And Young looking to cut Garver, go back to work on his feet. So 6-3 now. And there's that lefty single again. We've seen Young hit that a few different times in this match. Garver doing a good job locking through the crotch, defending. But Young, ooh, looked like he was slowly progressing through that, but they were there just long enough for it to be called a stalemate. They'll get a fresh start. 45 seconds to go here in the second period. Carter Young holding a 6-3 lead and does a really nice job timing that attack from Garver, getting the angle, going behind, and securing another takedown. 9-3 now. So Carter Young holding that 9-3 lead, building his riding time, approaching 2 minutes of riding time here in the second. He'll go out of bounds. 11 seconds to go in the second period. You see the referee counting there, and Carter Young holds onto that ankle for 1 second too long, and he'll get the stall call. If they hold that ankle well on top and the count begins, they have to let go before 5 seconds. Otherwise, that'll earn them an automatic stall call. Of course, 2 stall calls, your opponent receives a point. So Carter Young has his choice, and he's going down in the third period. He still holds 1:50 of riding time. So Garver needs to return Young here, or he'll be called for stalling. And there's the stall call, and Young cuts away. And man, Garver bowled right at him, out of bounds. They go 10-3 now. Carter Young holding 1:30 of riding time with 1:30 to go in this match. So if the score were to stand at the end of this match, Young would get another point and have a major decision. And there, nice job, times the shot and gets that go behind. But Garver, man, he catches that ankle on the mat return, preventing Young from getting the takedown. Now they're in a really tricky position here. And Young scrambles, fights through the position, and gets the takedown. That's all but gonna lock up at least a major decision. Now 1 4-point turn. Tech fall is in reach for Young. Go out of bounds, 41 seconds to go. This is our 4th match of 10. Oklahoma State holding a 10-0 lead so far in this dual score, 3 matches to none. And Oklahoma State, they are currently ranked number 3 in the country. So definitely big favorites coming into this duel. And Garver breaks away, so good fight shown late here. 13-4 now. He's going to need a takedown to erase the major decision. So, good fight shown from Garver all the way through, but start to finish, Carter Young, offense way too much for Garver to handle, and he gets the 14-4 major decision. We're going to kick it to a quick commercial. We'll be back with you for 157. Welcome back to Gill Coliseum. We are all the way up at 157 now with number 12, Teague Travis, taking on number 30, Ethan Stiles. Teague Travis won a couple matches at the NCAA tournament last year, had a really good season for the Cowboys. And man, Ethan Stiles, super impressive start against Caleb Rachi from Iowa. And the story for Ethan Stiles, a lot of offense, loves to attack, and coaches talked about, man, just controlling that offense, trying not to shoot himself out of a match. And I think this is about that Stiles can win. He can attack both sides, has a really nice misdirect single to his opponent's left leg. And Ethan Stiles is supremely confident. Spoke with him yesterday, and he said he feels like he can beat anyone in the country at 157 pounds. And this is a step up in competition for Stiles. Rachi, very solid, but Teague Travis had wins over multiple All-Americans last season, defeated Brock Mahler a couple times. And Travis is a guy, definitely All-American contender this year, and a great test for young Stiles. Ethan Stiles, a transfer from Nebraska last year. Travis gets to that left leg, but Stiles puts himself in that funky position and earns potentially dangerous. So we'll get a fresh start. Minute 32. As I mentioned, Stiles spent his time at Nebraska last year, and with Antrell Taylor dropping down to 157, felt like didn't really have a spot. They wanted him to go up, and instead he went somewhere where he could be the starter, the guy at 157, and found himself in Corvallis, and now he finds himself in on a single leg. Looking to finish through the middle here. Travis able to drape over. It catches that right ankle for Stiles. Stiles fighting through, hooks the leg. He's trying to capture the left leg, and he does. That's going to be a takedown for Stiles. And now Stiles puts that left boot in, looking for a cradle for a moment. And Oklahoma State's corner sends out that challenge brick. Not sure what they're challenging. I think it's something to do with the figure four. They're going to take a look at this. And I don't know the intricacies of the specific rule they're challenging. I know it has something to do with the figure four. Coach Pendleton came out to the center and said, no, he's good. So we'll see. They're going to take a look at this, and we'll have an answer in just a moment. But as I mentioned earlier, Ethan Stiles, I think he's going to surprise a lot of people, especially early in the year with his leg attacks. He really has some dynamic offense. You saw really quick single leg. He can attack low both sides. And we saw him fight through and finish that takedown. So we're at 13 seconds to go in the first. So they're looking for an illegal hold, and no illegal hold confirmed, so that'll be a lost challenge from Oklahoma State's corner. And our referee is going over and explaining his decision here. So score is going to remain 3-0 for Ethan Stiles, and he's going to want to ride out this final 10 seconds. Big mat return for Stiles. Under 5 to go. And Travis gets close, but doesn't get away. And Stiles takes a 3-0 lead into the second period. Travis is going to cover on top. Stiles had choice and cuts away immediately, and so Stiles extends his lead 4-0. A minute 50 to go in the second period. Gets that very quick escape. And so if you're Ethan Stiles, you got to be feeling pretty good. You've won the battle once on your feet. You get a quick escape and you hold a 4-0 lead. And there you see that attempt for the misdirect. He'll drop his level, touch both hands, and go to one side. He likes to attack on the misdirect his opponent's left leg, and that is that trail leg for Travis, so it might be tough to get to. Travis doing a good job in the hand fight. Stiles drops his level, clears free of the hand fight. So Stiles holding that lead. He's gonna have to be careful. Yeah, there. Travis's nice job, gets to that leg, and oh, 3 offered. So it is a takedown, and now Travis has that bottom leg Turk. 20 seconds to go. Stiles is going to have to defend here, going to have to scoot his hips forward, and he does. Gets his hips up. And now 10 seconds. Stiles going to need an escape here, but Travis doing a nice job following. And Travis is going to ride out. So really big takedown and ride out there for Travis at the end of the second. So Teague Travis's choice in the third. He's going to go down, and we're going to see if Stiles commits to a ride or if he's just going to want to let him up and settle this on their feet. So Travis needs to escape before riding time hits a minute. And looks like we get potentially dangerous call. So 18 seconds of riding time. Ethan Stiles holding a 4-3 lead. And Travis gets to his feet and escapes, so 4-4. Minute 30 to go. We've seen each wrestler get to their attacks, earn a takedown. Now it's whoever can do it again. And Travis comes forward with the shot, but Stiles defends. Minute 10 now. Stiles holding that low position, getting both legs, or both hands down on the mat, keeping his legs back. And it seems like Travis has that misdirect scouted. So Stiles is going to have to go to his next attack, his second, third, fourth attack. Travis is the one kind of taking ground, coming forward in the hand fight. Travis peeks over at the clock, 30 seconds to go now. And Travis gets to the leg, but Styles scrambles through, holds onto that ankle. Under 20 seconds to go now. Styles still holding on. Under 10 to go. Styles is holding on to that leg. Time's gonna run out, so 2 minutes are gonna go on the clock, and we're gonna go to our sudden victory overtime. Any score here in the overtime period ends this match. We saw overtime at 125. We see it again here at 157. Travis attacks. Styles look for that re-attack, and now Travis is back in on the ankles. Styles draped over the top. He's looking to pass a leg. Neutral danger. And now Styles kicks through. Travis has the leg, elevates it up. Styles looking to hold on. He's got his legs caught, really funky position here. And we're gonna get a potentially dangerous call. Wow. Whew. Both wrestlers really close to scoring in that scramble. And now it's Travis back in again. He's in a better position to finish here. Styles passes that leg again. Styles still has that leg locked up, holding on. And now it's Styles comes out the back. He has the leg trapped. Has him in trouble here. He's got 30 seconds to finish. Catches the other leg, and there it is! Ethan Styles gets the takedown in overtime. Takes out number 12, Teague Travis. And the fans are on their feet here in Gill Coliseum. Incredible win for Ethan Styles. And he does the somersault off the mat. The fans are into it here. Ethan Styles, an entertainer. What a match. That does it for our first 5 matches. We're gonna kick to a quick break. That was a good. Sports are better on the big screen. Head to your preferred device app store to download the all-new Flow Sports TV apps for Roku, Apple TV, Fire TV, Android TV, and Chromecast. Set your favorites, search our library of live and on-demand content, and so much more. Download today. We are halfway through our duel here, and you see the first 5 match results. It was Troy Spratley taking that overtime victory at 125, 7-4. And then Cal Hughes, Tegan Jamison, and Carter Young rolled to victory for the Cowboys. But Ethan Stiles gave the Oregon State Beavers some life here in Gill Coliseum, getting that huge number 12 win over Teague Travis. We're halfway through. We are in our intermission. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with you.
You ready?
Wrestling's an extreme sport. I'm an extreme person.
I remember hearing about Chance when he was in middle school because he was entering college opens and winning matches.
He was like an urban legend.
And he became logical at that point.
It's the high school because he runs through everybody.
He was a phenom
High school.
from the time that he first stepped on the mat.
He almost has it down to a science, almost.
But it definitely came at a price.
I was an opioid addict. I was addicted to fentanyl.
How difficult?
I don't want to go back.
If this kid's a hammer on the mat, he's probably crazy off as well.
Why is somebody from jail calling me?
There was rumors about Chance.
7 years probation?
But I don't think anyone thought it was going to be as bad as it was.
He can fucking tape you as soon as he wants. Stand down and shut up.
As far as Chance hiding things, I'll be honest with you, he was great at it.
I didn't know probation lasted that long. Like, if you're that bad as shit, I thought you got thrown in jail.
This isn't the guy that I thought Chance Marsteller was.
He showed up with a backpack and just looked like a shell of himself.
This is where the story of me fighting 6 police officers comes about.
He gets arrested. It's very, very bad.
Most people have given up on me at this point.
He hit rock bottom at that point.
Yeah, I don't think it's a stretch to say that Chance Marsteller is the greatest example of human triumph in the history of our sport.
The rise and then the fall and then the come up, that's a great story. And people need to hear that.
I was starting to see Chance again.
This dude's in my way of winning a world title, and that was the goal that I wrote down when I was a little kid, was win a world title.
His wrestling IQ is off the charts. I appreciated that.
The little kid Chance is back.
You thought you won, and now you're in a huge hole against the greatest American wrestler of all time.
I took that personally.
That was my advice to him, was give yourself a chance.
Chance was becoming this hero. It was almost like Rocky.
Don't fool yourself, kid. You're gonna come back in here just like everybody else.
You prepared for this. You chose this. You meticulously prepped and arrived at this moment.
Training for the opportunity to beat Jordan Burroughs to represent the United States, it was ingrained in his mind.
I'm gonna keep tracking you down until I get you.
Surprises at every turn this final X.
Can you make it back? I don't know. No one's ever told me they did.
Your college sports have a home on Flow College. Watch more than 12,000 college sporting events from 100 schools in 12 different conferences, only on Flow College. Head to flowcollege.com today to see everything now. After 5 matches, it's 14-3 Oklahoma State. We got 5 more. We'll be back after a short commercial break. Welcome back to Gill Coliseum. We have 165 coming at you shortly. We'll see number 6 Cam Amin take on Kakana Foray out of Oregon State. Of course, the big story here is Cameron Amin, 3-time All-American for the University of Michigan, enters the transfer portal and finds himself at Oklahoma State for his final year of eligibility. Just one of 4 really big-time transfers. Caleb Fish is in redshirt this year, but we're going to see DJ Hamady at 174, Wyatt Hendrickson at heavyweight. Cam Amin, he dropped a really close match to Terrell Bearclaw on Friday night. He'll be looking to get in the win column here against Kakana Foray. And Foray, he's a guy really tough, really long, lanky for the weight. He can challenge Cam Amin for sure. Spoke with him yesterday. Said he really has nothing to lose. Gonna leave it all out on the mat. The introductions are done. Both wrestlers are here. And this is not Kakana Foray. Looks like this is Murphy Menke for Oregon State. And he's coming forward right away. Gets that single leg, brings it up to his feet. Looking for the finish on the edge. And Amin does a nice job, turns and kicks away. He will avoid giving up a takedown here early. So throwing a curveball at us and at Amin. Murphy Menke taking the match against the three-time All-American. And really, as you see, this is a completely different matchup. I mentioned Foray, long, lanky. Menke has that short, stocky build, relying heavily on his strength. But, man, you see Amin, a really good athlete, gets to that single leg. And now he's got Menke caught here on his back, has that Turk, and he is getting that near fall points. Has 4 locked up. He's gonna run out of real estate here on the edge of the mat, and they'll get a fresh start. So just like that, Cam Amin takes a 7-0 lead with 1:22 in the first period to go. Looks like Menke has a little bit of blood and clean that up. Menke's a guy, he won the Mike Clock Open last weekend with 2 pins, a tech fall, and a decision. Last year, he was 7-5 in competition, but was not a starter. He started in just a couple duels, but not in the postseason. But he was down at 157 last year, and man, I tell you, up at 165, Menke looks as big, if not bigger, than Cam Amin. But Amin holding that 7-0 lead here, and big mat return. Menke makes his way to his feet and is able to escape. A minute to go here in the first period. Cam Amin holding a 7-1 lead. Amin is a guy not known to have a high-powered offense, run up the score, but he can do it when it's clicking. Sometimes keeps matches a little too close, but he has some incredible offense when he gets it going. So we're going to see here, does Amin look to just hold this lead, or will he push to build? It's Menke, the one taking ground here, keeping his butt to the center of the mat. But there's a difference between controlling the mat and getting to your offense, and it's Amin who holds the lead 7-1 at the end of the first period. As I mentioned, Amin made his Cowboy debut Friday night against Utah Valley, lost a really close overtime decision to Terrell Bearclaw, looking for his first win in that orange singlet, and he's well on his way as he gets a reversal, up 9-1 now at the start of this second period. I spoke to Amin yesterday. I said, you know, what did you take away from that loss? And really bluntly he said, I need to get off of bottom. I need to escape. And so you see it there. Not only does he get away, he gets the reversal in less than 10 seconds. So Amin up 9-1 now. Minute 38 to go in the second period. Cam also said, feels real good about that match against Bear Claw the next time they wrestle. Felt like he won the battle on his feet. And so Cam Amin is a guy, 3-time All-American. He's always been at the top of the weight class, always been a top 8 wrestler, but hasn't been able to break through that top 4. And looming at the top of 165 is Mitchell Messenbrink, someone who beat Amin 2 times last year. And so Amin making the move to Oklahoma State, wanting to put himself over the top, wanting to put himself in position to win an NCAA title this year in his final year of college eligibility. And nice little snap throw by, has Menke on the edge. They go out of bounds. And that over tie snap, that overhook snap, really takes amazing timing. And Amin makes it look a lot easier than it really is. That's how he got his 1 takedown against Bear Claw in that match Friday night. Opponent digs the underhook on, Amin's right side and is able to snap it through. So as I mentioned, Amin, he's got the offensive arsenal. It's just about putting it all together in one match, and he's doing pretty good so far. 9-2 lead here going into the third period. And Amin looking over to his corner, getting some advice from Coach David Taylor on what he wants him to do. And David says, hold him down. And I believe that's because he's got 49 seconds of riding time right now. And so he rides for 11 seconds. He'll have over a minute. And go towards me, and didn't crash into me. Thank you, guys. 59 seconds of riding time. Minute 51 to go here in this third period at 165 pounds. So now riding time goes over a minute. I believe Amin will let Menke go now. So 9-3. Cameron Amin gonna need 1 more takedown to earn that major decision. Amin, of course, born and raised in Michigan, went to powerhouse Detroit Catholic Central High School. Headgear flies off, and Amin's talking to the ref, saying he's been pulling on that headgear the whole match. And Menke's saying, hey, he's headbutting me. So, of course, this is a combat sport, and both of those things happen in wrestling pretty frequently. So neither wrestler gonna get warned by the referee. So really the game within the game here. Minute 16 to go. Amin well in control, but only holding a 6-point lead right now. Needs 1 more takedown to extend his lead and to get that major decision. So they're changing out the headgear here. So we're gonna begin in that neutral position. Minute 16 to go. Single leg attempt for Amin. And now Amin almost comes up, gets that underhook, tried to run through it, but Menke able to defend. We're under a minute to go now. Amin pushing for that major decision, but it's Menke who takes the shot. Amin tries to counter. .40 seconds to go now. Get caught in that finger fight, that interlocking fingers. So they'll break that stalemate and get a fresh start with 37 seconds. And now Amin gets to the leg, looking to finish here. This will all but lock up a major, but he goes to the head, and Menke able to break free. Amin gets the single, almost snatches the ankle on the other side. They go out of bounds. 14 seconds to go now. And you can tell Oklahoma State corner really wants him to push for this major decision. Oh, nice snap, and there it is with 8 seconds to go. Cam Amin gets the takedown and locks up the major decision. Another point will go on the board for riding time. 13-3 major decision win for Cameron Amin. And Oklahoma State gonna extend their lead to 18-3 on the team score now. Really impressive job there from Amin to push for that takedown at the end, get the major decision. Now we're moving up to 174 pounds, where we'll see DJ Hamady take on Sean Harmon. DJ Hamady, transfer from Wisconsin, ranked number 4. Sean Harmon, transfer from Missouri, ranked number 32. And if you're an Oklahoma State fan and you haven't watched Hamady, get ready for a lot of offense, a lot of attacks. And there you see, goes high to low, catches that ankle, and is able to finish. And man, Sean Harmon is tough, but DJ Hamady's offense is on par with anyone else in the country, regardless of weight. Hamady has a ton of ways to score. He can attack both sides, and he's really dangerous when you're in on his legs. When his opponent gets to his legs, Hamady is able to turn defense into offense very quickly. Hamady on top is also dangerous. He's working that tilt, and he's going to get some swipes here. Gets one, and he'll get some near fall. There's 4 near fall for Hamady. He's going to build his lead 7-0 now. I spoke with Hamady yesterday, asked him, where have you gotten better since moving to Oklahoma State, working with Coach David Taylor? He had a one-word answer. He said, cradles. Of course, Coach David Taylor known for his ability to cradle, and Hamady, really a match made in heaven for DJ Hamady and Coach David Taylor. Very similar styles, similar body build, frame, and really high expectations for Hamady this year. Sean Harmon, definitely underdog, looking to turn some heads, getting competition against the best in the country here. Harmon spent his time at Missouri and then had this last year of eligibility, coming back home to Oregon, where he's from, wrestling for Oregon State. And you know, it used to be 1 transfer, you know, for a team. 2 transfers for a team was a lot, and now In this new age of the transfer portal, it's not uncommon to see 2, 3, 4 guys transfer, you know, on a team in the starting lineup, and that's what we see from both schools here. And give you perspective of how good Sean Harmon is. He has a past win over Oklahoma State's NCAA runner-up Dustin Plott up at 184, who we'll see in our next match. So, you know, Sean Harmon, he has the ability to make some noise this year for the Beavers, but he has a tall task in front of him here against DJ Hamady. So Hamady goes down and is away in just a few seconds. Builds his lead 8-0 now. Hamady holds an 8-0 lead and also holds 2:29 of riding time, and he's in on a single. Very nice misdirect, goes left and then right, and trips for 3 more. Extends his lead 11-0 now. And, you know, I've said it, gonna sound like a broken record here. Harmon, really solid guy, ranked number 32 in the country. Shows you how good DJ Hamady is, making this look really easy, really smooth takedowns, smooth finishes, and almost gets his cradle locked up there as he lets Harmon go. So Harmon's on the board with the escape given, 11-1 now. Oh, catches the ankle and finishes quickly, 14-1 now. We'll see 58 seconds to go here in the second period. Hamady's gonna go optional start and push for the tech fall. So he does not let Harmon up. Looks like he wanted to threaten with the cradle there. And now he's working for that cross wrist. 40 seconds to go in the second period. Hamady holding 14-1 lead and over 3 minutes of riding time now. Harmon flat on his belly, trying to avoid giving up near fall points here at the end of the second. You'll see Hamady goes left, right, trying to get that leverage, that momentum to bring Harmon over and through, and he's gonna get it. All he needs is 2 swipes. He's getting 4, and that's gonna do it. DJ Hamady, the 18-1 technical fall, and he is your winner. So Oklahoma State gonna extend their lead. We're gonna take a quick break and be back with you at 184 pounds. Well, welcome back to Gill Coliseum. We got the marching band here. We got incredible crowd. Really good atmosphere in Gill Coliseum, and we are up to 184 pounds in our duel between number 3, Dustin Plott, NCAA runner-up, and from Oregon State, TJ McDonald. That's who's scheduled to take the mat here. They've thrown a couple curveballs at us this afternoon, trying to keep us on our toes. But it is TJ McDonald taking the mat for Oregon State. McDonald coming out of a redshirt year. And man, he's in on a high crotch and double right away, and he finishes just like that. Wow. Big underdog here is McDonald, and big mat return. Gets a great start to this match against NCAA runner-up Dustin Plott. McDonald gonna need more than one takedown to win this match, but that is a good start. McDonald, redshirt freshman, first year in the starting lineup. He's gonna roll through looking for an ankle. McDonald 1-1 on the year, had a really good end to his redshirt season last year. And there's the 3 for Dustin Plott. So Plott takes the lead 4-3 now. TJ McDonald, you know, really big underdog. I spoke with him yesterday, and he said he's got nothing to lose. He said, not concerned about the result, just concerned about the effort he gives and how he improves throughout the season. And we're already seeing improvement from him. You know, 2 weeks ago, really tough matchup with Gabe Arnold out of Iowa. Gets tech-falled in that match. And now he comes out, doesn't wait for the match to come to him, and he gets in on his offense right away, gets the takedown. And so the key, you know, when you're this big of an underdog, is to not act like you're an underdog. You know, put your game plan into play. Go out, get to your offense, get to your ties, and that's what we saw there from McDonald. But, you know, you see how good Dustin Plott is and how much of a veteran he is. Down, you know, doesn't panic, knows that it's a 7-minute match. You can't win or lose in the first 10 seconds. Gets an escape, gets to his takedown, and now he's riding tough on top. And so, you know, now McDonald has to respond. He's got to not let, you know, the moment get to him, not get caught up in just getting one takedown, and build on that confidence. And so Dustin Plott lets up McDonald, probably feels like he can get right back to his offense and wants to build a lead before this period ends. And there we see the double from the outside and the quick finish for Dustin Plott. So Plott builds his lead 7-4 with just over a minute of riding time as we approach the end of this first period here at 184 pounds. You could really hear a lot of Oregon State, a lot of their young guys talk about the same things, focusing on their effort, focusing on the journey, the process, and not getting so caught up in results. And it seems to be paying off for young guys like McDonald. Through one period, Dustin Plott leading 7-4. Plott's going down here in the second. Jumped the gun in that first start. So you get 3 cautions. You get 2 cautions before giving up a point. The third caution is a point for your opponent. Plott gets to his feet and cuts away for the escape. Now it's Plott in the lead, 8-4 now. I spoke with Dustin Plott yesterday as well, as he's in on another leg, looking to finish here. Dustin Plott, I said, describe your time at Oklahoma State in one sentence, and he said, best 5 years of my life. Could really hear how grateful he was to be able to wrestle for Oklahoma State, being an Oklahoma boy, and scrambles through that position, fights through, and finishes for another takedown. 11-4 now, and points really add up with the new 3-point takedown that was put into play last season. So we really see, feels like more guys push for major decisions, tech falls, and now Plott on top has that arm bar. He's gonna keep prying and look to suck McDonald back, but as he does, McDonald counters, hip ice through, gets that space, and gets the escape. So 11-5 now, 30 seconds to go. They kind of meet heads there, but Dustin Plott, like a dog on a bone, continues, shoots and shoots, and finds his way to another takedown, 14-5. So Dustin Plott scores, was down 3-0, and scores 14 of the next 16 points, building that 14-5 lead heading into our third period here. It's going to be McDonald's choice in the third. He's going to go down. And here, this is where if you're Coach Taylor, Coach Caldwell, Gilman, Kennedy, you want to see a guy like Plott set the example. You want to see him push for that tech fall. And if you're Coach Pendleton, this is where you want to see a young guy show some fight. Huge underdog, not expected, to win. Maybe the expectation is giving up a tech fall at early termination. You want to see a guy like this stay in the fight, not let the moment get to him, not let his opponent get to him. So 90 seconds to go, and man, Plott gets to that single really easy, and McDonald having the fight. Plott 17-6 now. He's gonna need 2 more takedowns or some near fall to push for that tech. And now it's McDonald. Gets to the single leg. Plott gets that far ankle, trying to scramble through for the takedown, and he's gonna get it. So 20-7 now. He's 1 takedown away from a tech fall. 20-8, 3 points will do it. This is gonna be a long 40 seconds for McDonald. And there's a stall call. And you see Coach Corey Crooks there really get in the ear. McDonald wants to see that fight. And shot from the outside for Plott, defended. Another shot for McDonald. Plott ends up on a leg. Neutral danger potentially, but Plott just gonna finish the takedown with 14 seconds for the technical fall. Great showing there from Dustin Plott, showing why he is ranked number 3 in the country. Gets the tech fall over TJ McDonald. We are moving up to 197 pounds. This has the potential to be one of the best matches of the night here. We got number 20, Luke Serber, NCAA qualifier, wrestled up at heavyweight, now down at 197, taking on number 5, Trey Munoz, a 2-time All-American at 184, moving up to 197 pounds. Trey Munoz really has been the backbone of Oregon State over the last few years, setting the example on and off the mat. Finished third last year at 184 pounds. Munoz took on #1 Stephen Buchanan 2 weeks ago and was so close to getting the win. And there we see some nice offense for Munoz, but really good scramble for Serber there, and he's gonna come through for the takedown. Serber, really long, scrambly guy here at 197 pounds. He's gonna test Munoz. And Munoz almost in danger there. Instead, he turns down and is caught on his belly. Serber riding tough on top. Minute 15 into this match, and Luke Serber already with 35 seconds of riding time and the 3-0 lead. So a little bit of adversity here for Munoz early. You saw Munoz get in really cleanly on that head outside, but man, Serber, the length really and the scrambling ability, that's what's going to give Munoz trouble here. Part of moving up in weight is getting used to wrestle new guys. Trey Munoz has been around for 4 or 5 years, wrestling the same guys a lot, and then also getting used to wrestling bigger guys, and not just in weight, but also the frame. And Serber riding really tough on top. And Munoz on the edge. They're going to go out of bounds. Minute 22 of riding time, 56 seconds to go here in the first period. Trey Munoz wrestling up at 197 pounds, where his dad, NCAA champion and UFC fighter Mark Munoz, wrestled for Oklahoma State. So a lot of different connections here in this match. And Munoz almost gets out, but man, the length really giving him problems. Serber just staying really sticky on top. Munoz trying for that head, reaching back, trying a lot of different things to get out, but he is stuck underneath, and that's a tough position to be in. Flattened out on your belly, both legs in. And Serber right now, he is looking good. So a big win for Munoz here would be to get an escape these final 20 seconds. And then, of course, for Serber, you want to end this period on top. You want to end with a 3-0 lead. Munoz trying to seal off, catch that leg coming in. Serber does a nice job bringing Munoz back down to the mat. Under 10 seconds to go here in the first. Got that side headlock locked up and able to hold on. So Serber ends the first about as good as you could have wanted if you're planning this match. Up 3-0 with 2 minutes and 17 seconds of riding time. If you're Munoz, you attacked that head outside and you saw Serber sit the corner and scramble. So if they get back to their feet, you're probably going to see Munoz go for his double, capture both legs rather than just one, letting Serber scramble. But man, Munoz trying to tick away at the riding time, probably not going to get a turn on top. Just kind of wearing Serber down. I'm curious how long he's going to ride before he lets Serber up and looks to go to work on his feet. And if you're Serber, the danger here is just holding on. So 1:27 seconds of riding time now. Approaching getting it under a minute. And 1:10 to go in the second period. Coach Pendleton, of course, was teammates with Trey Munoz's dad at Oklahoma State, has known Trey Munoz since he was born. Serber does a nice job sitting and cutting away. So 1:19 of riding time, and Serber holds a 4-0 lead over Munoz. Munoz, not time to hit the panic button yet, but needs to get to likely 2 takedowns in order to win this match. And there he gets head inside now, but man, you see Serber, he's tricky on these scrambles. And that's going to be potentially dangerous. So Munoz, no trouble getting to the legs, but all kinds of trouble once he's there. That's going to be his second caution of this match. So Munoz needs to be careful not giving up another caution, because that would be a point for Serber. Serber looking great so far. You got to imagine Munoz in the third gonna go neutral, not go back underneath Lucas Serber. That does it for the second period. We'll go to the third. Munoz choosing neutral. He's gonna need 2 takedowns here. Serber just has to keep doing what he's doing. Stay tough in the hand fight. Stay tough defending the legs. Nice snaps, fakes, gets to the ankle, but this has been the problem finishing. Hiding his ankles this time. Sits to his butt. Now he's trying to come out the other side. Trying to get under both elbows. Trying to fight through this position. Serber holding the lock and not going to get it. So we are under a minute to go now. Munoz needs to get to his offense quickly. Serber has not been warned for stalling, so that is another thing to watch out for if you're Serber. "40 seconds to go now. Munoz coming forward. Fans want a stall call. And there's one stall call, but he's going to need more than just a stall call. Munoz is going to need an attack here. Serber's in a really great place. Munoz attacks and they go out of bounds, so now it's Hail Mary time. Munoz going to need likely a takedown, 2 back points if he's going to want to win this match. Munoz coming forward, digs underhook. The time is going to run out, and there's a big win for number 20, Luke Serber. 5-0 over Trey Munoz. And you can see the frustration for Munoz. Tough first period, got himself in a hole, not able to get out of it. And Luke Serber gets the win. Big upset there for Serber. We're coming back for heavyweight right after this. Welcome back to Gill Coliseum. We are through 9 matches, and as you can see, it has been almost all Oklahoma State winning 8 of 9. Oregon State, Ethan Stiles getting that big upset win at 157 and closing it out here at heavyweight. We have number 2, Wyatt Hendrickson, taking on Brett Maurer. Wyatt Hendrickson, he is a big heavyweight, but he does not wrestle like one. Obviously has a big size advantage here against Maurer, but spoke with Maurer yesterday, and he was excited for the challenge. Talked about the challenge against Ben Keeter 2 weeks ago, and how, you know, even being an underdog, he said he's not going to wrestle any different. He said he's just a man. Rankings don't mean anything. He's going to bring the fight in every match. And, you know, talking with Pendleton, Coach Pendleton yesterday, he said the reason why he schedules these tough competitions early in the year is for the learning opportunity for his team. He wants to see how his team responds to adversity, how his team responds to wrestling the best wrestlers in the country. Give them that gauge, help them to see where they need to improve. And that's what they're getting today. And big takedown for Wyatt Hendrickson. Hendrickson, one of the most electric heavyweights who has ever wrestled. That is not hyperbole. Wyatt Hendrickson, incredible wrestlers, super athletic, spent last 4 years at Air Force, where he's a 2-time All-American. And now he's back. Now he's at Oklahoma State. And look at, you see Maurer bringing the fight, coming in with the hand fight. And that's what you love to see if you're Coach Pendleton and company. You know, you're an underdog here, outmatched, outsized, but bringing that fight and big double leg takedown for Wyatt Hendrickson, getting some near fall as well. And you see just like that, 8-1. Don't blink. Watching Wyatt Hendrickson. A lot of speed, a lot of power from the big heavyweight. Eight to 1 now, minute 15 to go in the first period. Wyatt Hendrickson riding tough on top. One of the things Hendrickson is known for is his top ability. He is a pinner. He's working that cradle on top. Brett Maurer does a nice job getting his leg back, avoiding giving up any near fall. But he is in a tough position here. Maurer, not a true heavyweight, coming up from 197. Knew that Munoz was going to make that bump up. So for the team and for the starting spot, Maurer chose to move on up. And I think he surprised a lot of people, even in his loss to Ben Keeter. Maurer was in on the match tying single leg late in that third period. Keeter able to scramble through and get the win. But different story here against Hendrickson. And of course, Wyatt Hendrickson is a step up in competition from Keeter. But what a learning experience for Maurer to wrestle Wyatt Hendrickson, one of the best heavyweights in the country, and Ben Keeter the first 2 weeks of the season. Hendrickson stands up and is in on a single leg, looking for a reversal. But instead, he'll just get an escape. 9-1. Hendrickson, bonus point percentage, huge. Big pinner, scoring lots of points. He's a guy who likes to entertain. And there's a shot, but defended by Hendrickson. Leg attack for Wyatt Hendrickson. You see the movement, very non-typical of heavyweights. And, you know, talking a lot about Hendrickson, how athletic he is. Maurer, pretty good athlete in his own right. As Hendrickson gets another takedown, so 13-1 now. Wyatt Hendrickson just one takedown away from a technical fall. Hendrickson riding tough on top. Really challenging position to be in here if you're Maurer, undersized, on your belly. You gotta move a lot of weight just to get up to your base, just to stand up. Trying to get that escape. Under 10 to go now in the second. And we're into the third period now. Wyatt Hendrickson holding a 13-1 lead. Maurer gonna choose neutral in the third. Hendrickson can end this one with just one takedown. Get to that 15-point lead and earn the tech fall. And there it is, Wyatt Hendrickson in on a leg, gonna look to finish here on the edge, but called out of bounds. really fun duel from start to finish here. We saw a lot of close matches. You know, the scoreboard for the team duel is not going to reflect that. But really impressive stuff from Oklahoma State. And we knew coming in, you know, they're going to be the big favorite here as we see Wyatt Hendrickson get that final takedown for the Tech fall. 16-1, and it's number 2, Wyatt Hendrickson with the Tech fall. We said he was going to push for bonus, and he did. And so that does it for the duel. Oklahoma State 36-3 win over Oregon State. They show why they are a trophy contender this year. Oklahoma State ranked number 3 in the country. 10 great matches from start to finish. We'll see both of these teams back in action. Oregon State wrestles next week on the Navy Open. You can watch that live on Flow Wrestling. And then both of these teams are going to be competing at the Cliff Keen Invitational, the CKLV, the toughest in-season tournament, December 6th through 7th. That's live on Flow Wrestling. I'm John Kozak. For everyone else in our production booth, appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you next time on Flow Wrestling.